A Christmas Carol. It was Christmas Eve in London, the year 1843. Snow fell gently from the sky, covering the narrow streets in a white, sparkling blanket. Through the frosty windows of tiny houses shone the warm light of candles. Families were laughing, singing carols, and preparing their humble Christmas feasts. But in one cold and shadowy office, there was no laughter, no song, only the sound of a pen scratching against paper. Ebenezer Scrooge sat at his desk, counting coins and muttering to himself. "Every shilling, every penny, that's what matters," he whispered. Across from him, his clerk, Bob Cratchit, shivered at his tiny desk, wrapped in a thin scarf, his breath visible in the icy air. "Please, sir," Bob said softly, rubbing his hands together. "The fire's almost out. Could we add one more lump of coal?" Scrooge raised his head sharply. "One more lump? And who will pay for that? If you are cold, Mr. Cratchit, I suggest you warm yourself by your work." Bob bowed his head and continued writing, his fingers trembling from the chill. Moments later, the door creaked open and two gentlemen entered, carrying ledgers and wearing kind smiles. "Mr. Scrooge and Mr. Marley, I believe," said one politely. "Though Mr. Marley has been gone for several years, I presume his partner is still generous in heart?" Scrooge frowned. "Marley's been dead these 7 years. What do you want?" "We are collecting donations to help the poor this Christmas. Many are in need, hungry, cold, without shelter. Might we add your name to the list, sir?" "Are there no prisons?" Scrooge snapped. "No workhouses?" "Plenty of both, sir," said the gentleman, a bit uneasy. "Then let them go there. I pay taxes for those institutions. That's enough charity from me." "But many would rather die than go there," the man said softly. "Then let them die," Scrooge barked. "It will reduce the surplus population." The gentleman, shocked, bowed and quietly left the office. Scrooge returned to his books, muttering about fools and beggars. A cheerful voice soon broke the silence. "Merry Christmas, Uncle." It was Fred, Scrooge's nephew, his cheeks red from the cold, his eyes bright with joy. "Christmas? Bah! Humbug!" growled Scrooge. "Oh, come now, Uncle. Don't be cross. Christmas is the only time of year when people open their hearts, when we see others as friends, not as business." "Merry Christmas? What right have you to be merry? You're poor enough." "And what right have you to be miserable?" Fred replied with a smile. "You're rich enough." "Glar! Bah! Every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled in his own pudding." Fred sighed, but still smiled kindly. "I'm sorry you feel that way, Uncle, but I'll keep my Christmas cheer. Will you dine with us tomorrow?" "Never," Scrooge said coldly. "Good afternoon." Fred bowed gently. "Merry Christmas, Uncle." "Good afternoon." And with that, Fred left. When evening came, Scrooge walked home through the foggy streets. The wind howled between the houses like ghosts whispering in the dark. At his door, he paused, for the knocker on the old wooden door seemed to change. For a brief, chilling moment, it wasn't a knocker at all. It was the face of Jacob Marley, his long-dead partner, eyes wide and glowing. Scrooge blinked, and it was gone. He shook his head and entered, locking the door behind him. The house was silent, cold, and empty. He sat by the fireplace, sipping thin gruel, when suddenly Clank, clank. Heavy chains rattled from the cellar below. The door burst open, and there stood the ghost of Jacob Marley, pale, transparent, wrapped in chains of ledgers, keys, and money boxes. "Ebenezer Scrooge," the ghost moaned. "Marley, what brings you here? You're dead these 7 years." "I wear the chain I forged in life, link by link, yard by yard, each made by my greed and cruelty. I cannot rest, cannot find peace, but I have come to warn you. You will share my fate unless you change your ways." Scrooge trembled. "Can anything be done?" "You will be visited by 3 spirits," Marley said. "Without their help, hope is lost." The ghost raised his arm, the chains clattered and echoed through the room, then faded into the darkness. That night, as the clock struck 1, the first spirit appeared. It was the ghost of Christmas past, gentle and bright, like a child and an old man at once. "Come with me," the spirit said. They flew through the window and stood before a country schoolhouse. Through the frosty glass, Scrooge saw himself as a lonely boy, sitting by a small fire, forgotten by everyone. Then the scene shifted. Young Ebenezer now laughed with friends at a Christmas party, full of joy and love. He saw his fiancée, Belle, smiling warmly. But soon her smile faded. "Ebenezer," she said softly, "you fear the world too much. Money has replaced your love." "Belle, no!" "It's too late," she whispered. "May you be happy in the life you have chosen." Her figure faded into the mist, and Scrooge felt tears burn his eyes. The ghost of Christmas past disappeared, and soon came the second, the ghost of Christmas present, a great giant robed in green, his laughter echoing like thunder. "Come, Scrooge, see the world as it is this Christmas." They looked upon the Cratchit home, small, poor, but filled with laughter. The Cratchits shared a tiny meal, yet they were grateful. Tiny Tim, frail and cheerful, sat by the table, whispering, "God bless us, everyone." Scrooge's heart ached. "Tell me, spirit, will the child live?" The spirit's smile faded. "If these shadows remain unaltered, the child will die." Before Scrooge could speak again, the spirit vanished. Then came the final visitor, the ghost of Christmas yet to come, tall, silent, cloaked in darkness. "Spirit," Scrooge whispered, "I fear you most, but I know your purpose is good. Show me the future that may be." They walked through the graveyard. Snow fell on cold stones. Scrooge saw a small grave, Tiny Tim's. The Cratchits wept beside it. "No, no, not the child!" Scrooge cried. Then the spirit pointed to another grave. Scrooge knelt, brushed away the snow, and froze. His own name was carved upon the stone, Ebenezer Scrooge. "Spirit," he cried, "tell me, am I beyond hope? Can I change this future?" The spirit gave no answer. Its hand pushed him toward the grave, and Scrooge fell screaming, then awoke. It was morning. Sunlight poured through the window. Bells rang joyfully across London. "I'm alive!" Scrooge cried. "The spirits have done it all in one night." He danced about the room, laughing like a boy. Quickly, he dressed, grabbed his purse, and ran into the street. On the corner stood the 2 gentlemen from the day before. "Good sirs," Scrooge called, "forgive an old fool. Please accept 100 golden sovereigns for the poor." The men were speechless. "My dear Mr. Scrooge, Is this serious?" "Serious as Christmas itself," Scrooge laughed. "A Merry Christmas to you both." He hurried on, buying toys and food, filling a large sack. At last, he reached Bob Cratchit's home. "Bob," Scrooge said, pretending to scowl, "I've brought you a sack of laundry, and I'll bring more tomorrow." Bob looked puzzled until he opened the bag. Inside was a huge turkey, toys, and gifts for the whole family. "Merry Christmas, Bob. I want you to be my partner from now on. We'll make this world a better place." Tears filled Bob's eyes. Tiny Tim smiled and whispered the words that echoed through time. "God bless us, everyone." And that was the end.